Bang! Neves Knives. I'm Jared, and we got a little unboxing here. So let's check them out. So these knives are actually in for sharpening, and we have the Gerber Highball, I think this is called. I forget the name of it. I think it's the Highball or something like that. This is a USA made Gerber. Now, it's not assisted, and the action is really good. I do not like Gerbers, guys. I'm sorry. So I am very biased against. I'm going to pull those back in here in just a second, just so the camera doesn't focus on the background. I'm very biased against Gerber. I do not like them. They've always let me down, and I'm sure if I go through this thing enough, I will find something I do not like. I already did. The lockup, look at that, 100%. It's at 95% lockup. This thing is ready to basically, and lock rock. Not blade play or blade rock, but lock rock. The lock is actually moving when I put stress on it, and I'm not going to try to force it or anything like that. This is not in for testing or anything like that. I'm just showing it because it showed up for sharpening, and I needed a little content. So I'm showing you guys a couple things that came in for sharpening. But it is really cool, and I will say, though, this is a great step into, you know, making a good knife, because the action is insane. The access to the lock bar is really good, very smooth. I can tell it's on bearings. The ergos are really good. The geometry is very thick. The choil looks nice, though. I'll give them that. But yeah, I'm just, you know, Gerbers, I'm not a fan. But this is a USA made one, which is cool. All right, next knife. The next knife is a, SOG Terminus. Yes, I used to have one of these. Very awesome knife. Hoping I get more SOGs on the channel. This is an awesome knife. It has the XR lock, a very strong locking mechanism, basically an access lock. But they use the access lock as the detent, which gives them the ability to have the flipping action. So they have a flipper and thumb studs. Very awesome knife. I forget the steel. CTS BDZ1. Now you can see we got some patina going on. I'll clean that up for the owner. Not a problem. See if we can't get rid of that. Nice deep carry clip. Sorry I didn't show you guys, but I have a review on that knife if you guys want to check it out. Next we have, oh cool, this is a USA-made Kershaw. Now, I do like the USA-made Kershaws. This is CPM 154. This is the launch. I forget which launch it is, but these things are awesome. Very snappy automatics. This one is rock solid. Holy cow, this is so solid. Man, I would love to see Kershaw start doing some manual button locks, because wow, they got the geometry on the lock geometry down pat. This thing is super solid. I have the Launch 4, which is the tiny little guy. Now, this is a great EDC knife. Great blade shape, a little bit thicker geometry, but still very capable. Good ergos. I'm not a big fan of where they put the clip, but still awesome, awesome knife. Very, very cool. Very snappy action. I like the stone wash. I'm not a big fan of CPM 154. I like 154 CM, but CPM 154, the grain structure in the steel, this is just my opinion, guys. So don't, if you guys like CPM 154, that's awesome. I don't hate it. I just prefer 154 CM a little bit more. The grain structure is just so fine. I just find that it doesn't get an aggressive edge like I prefer on my knives. I like more of an aggressive edge, and they are just so fine grained that it's like putting a polish on the edge winds up just being slick. Next, okay, I've reviewed one of these before, but this one's a little different. This is the Ace, I forget the name of it. Okay, this one is way snappier. Is this on bearings? I'm not positive, but I think the one I reviewed was on phosphor bronze washers. This feels like bearings. Way more snappier. The access to the lock bar, still not the best. The one I reviewed, that was one of my complaints, but This one has a lot snappier action than the one I remember. Very cool though. Deep carry wire pocket clip that is reversible. This is FRN. I wish they would just do G10, but we have one, I think M390. Yeah, M390 steel. That's really cool. A little bit thicker geometry for the size knife, but this is still a very capable knife. It's just weird that they put FRN on M390. You know, they were trying to make it ultra budget back here, premium in the front, which is fine. I mean, I guess if you just need a knife and you need good edge retention, you don't really care about the handle materials, then hey, very cool. Next. All right, we have two more. Next we have, oh yeah, I used to have one of these. This is the TWOSUN TS49. This was actually one of the knives that that's missing, but love the knife. Used to be one of my favorite TWOSUNs. It is one of the early models. My detent on mine, well, was a little bit stronger than this one, but this one's still very good. And it might just need a pivot adjustment, but yeah, still very good. Mine was false shut action too. This one's a little stiffer, so I'm wondering if the pivot's a little tight in this one. The centering looks decent. I'll definitely have to oil it up. I can see a little patina going on, but great knife. The ergos are really nice. It is a straightforward handle, which I really like. I love that, like say for cutting straps, this is a really comfortable area. For push cuts, it's also very comfortable because it's such a neutral grip. Nice teardrop, you know, butt end of the knife, nice and comfortable in the hand. It does have thicker geometry, but you know, it's a great knife. So, and it is a tough knife, even though it's not really for that. You know, it's more just basic EDC. Basic EDC tasks. So I would say the geometry is way too thick for that, but it's still good. I mean, it'll still cut just fine. This will be a good cutter for you. The clip on this one moves. I remember mine did too a little bit. Might just need to be tightened. Access to the lock bar is really good. The detent and the action is really good on these. This one's just a little bit lighter than mine. But beautiful carbon fiber insert, titanium, and D2. They make these in M390 too, by the way. So some people don't like that it's plain titanium on this side, and then they got the carbon fiber on this side. This one, you can see the micro milling in there. Very subtle. And then Night Morning Designs logo. Let's check out the last one. All right, last but not least, I don't know the name of it. It's a Spyderco compression lock. Which one is this? I'll put it up on the screen. I don't know all the Spydercos. I know a lot of them, but I don't know what this one is. It's obviously a lightweight because it does have the FRN handles. And I will say, if you're going to get FRN or plastic handles, Spyderco is the way to go. Theirs are actually really good quality. I actually like their lightweight knives. They do a great job with this FRN. And in this case, man, super light, very comfortable in the hand. You do have the compression lock, so nice, strong locking mechanism. Great action. The detent is solid on this thing. I really like that. Great geometry. You can definitely feel this thing as a cutter. And the blade shape is really good for EDC. This is such a beautiful blade shape for EDC. So versatile. You have a tip that faces downward towards what you're cutting. Then you have a little bit of belly for your slicing tasks. Then you have a nice strong, or not strong, but nice straight area right here for your strong push cuts, right? And their knives, even though like they're not like the ultimate of ergonomics, they're usually really good. At least, you know, for what the knife is for. They're very capable. This is very comfortable in this grip. It's very comfortable in this grip. When I need to push cut, it's nice and comfortable. So they don't usually look the most comfortable because they have all these waves and everything, but in practice, when you get them in hand, they're pretty good. Now, I know a lot of people say like the PM2 is very uncomfortable, this and that. For harder use, it can be. It's not the most comfortable for long-term hard use. Now, if you're doing, like short-term hard use, it's fine. But when you start doing long-term hard use, that's when, yes, it can become uncomfortable. But for regular EDC, man, they're amazing. Now, Spyderco makes 1,000 different models. So this one, I just don't know the name of it, but I will figure it out. What is that? We had a little dent in the blade. We're gonna have to sharpen that out. But there you guys go, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate those of you that do use my sharpening service, and catch you guys later. Peace.